opportunity to hear about things that are going to be going on in 5th grade, also to meet and put a name with a face if you don't know the 5th grade teachers. In 5th grade, it is unique because it is departmentalized, and so your children see every single teacher. So throughout the day, they're rotating through, and they are seeing every teacher. Celebration at the end of every 6 weeks, because our students can control their behavior. That's one thing that they can make choices over. And so in order to have an extra perk at the end of every 6 weeks, they have to follow our discipline plan. So Ms. Smith?
I'm Joy Smith, and I teach all the 5th graders math. And so when you get a math grade or something, it's generally for me. They also have a session with Mrs. McFarland. My biggest job is to teach your children to be wonderful young people. And we really do work hard on that, as far as just be respecting each other and how to treat people, and then on top of that, how to think and do their math. So we're going to work really hard in math. If you'll go to TEA website, they'll list all of the things your child has to learn in 5th grade math. I think you'll be pretty amazed at the things that your young men or young ladies are going to be learning in 5th grade math today. And also that goes with all their subjects, so it is kind of something really interesting to look at. On our campus plan, as far as discipline goes, is they will be getting a grade on conduct. No kids are perfect. No person is perfect. I certainly am not perfect, and I would make mistakes, and I would lose points in discipline also. Some things are minor. They just distract from the classroom. They're just something typical that every kid at some point along the way will get 1 or 2 or 3 discipline marks per 6 weeks. We call them actually minors. Those that's just normal for kids. It just happens. But then we have majors. And if you look in their planner, as you open it up, the first thing that's in there, there's a sheet. It's a half sheet of paper, and it actually has this discipline plan right there. So you can look at it, and it's ready for you. If they get a discipline point taken off, if it is a minor point, and you'll see minor offense is 1 point in conduct. So they all start out with a 100. 1A is an attitude needs improving. And this is a teacher call, but I'll be honest with you, an attitude, and you know it as parents, I have not seen anything from your child that you have not seen from your child. An attitude is when, if I were to ask them, for example, I need you just to go ahead, we're going to do a 10-item assessment today, and they take their notebook and slam it down on the floor and groan. That's an attitude, and it's 1 point. And so what we would do is we would write a 1A in their planner, and they have to take it home and get it signed. So that means they now have 99 points. So, and every day is a new day, and of course it accumulates through a 6 weeks period, but at the end of the day, it's done. You know, there's nothing hanging over their head, there's no problems with it, it's done. So we're looking at minor offense 1A, attitude needs improving. 1B, lack of cooperation and participation. I had some stations going the other day, and everyone at a station they were just working as hard as they could work, except for one. And he had not picked up his pencil, he didn't have his notebook out, and he's looking around the room. That would be a 1B. Not participating with the class, not working, not cooperating. Here's the one you'll probably see the most, 1C, talking at inappropriate times. Just whenever, whether it be a conversation that's inappropriate at the time or whether it's talking whenever they're supposed to be listening. And then D, 1D is minor horseplay, just being silly. Just, you know, the things that kids do, just being funny, and they're not being, it's just minor, nothing's happened, no one's been hurt, nothing horrible's happened, they're just being silly behavior, and it's a 1A. That sometimes does happen in 5th grade. A major offense is a -4 points in conduct. So if they come home with a 2A, that's major. That's foul language, -4 points. 2B is stealing. Stealing an iPod, such as stealing a phone, would be straight to the office. Stealing, such as taking someone's, I don't even know that I call taking someone's pencil, but a minor offense, something not deceitfully doing, something just stealing something small, I guess would be a major offense. If it were minor, if it were major, like a cell phone or an iPod out of the classroom stealing, we would just send them straight to the office. 2C is lack of respect toward an adult, talking back, arguing, and lying. And that's a major one that we do see occasionally in 5th grade that we'll probably have to use more than we want. And then 2D is unkind acts toward others. So this is our discipline plan. If your child comes home and asks you to sign their planner, that means they've lost a point, or 1 point for minor, 4 points for major, and you need to initial and send it back to school. It also, on the bottom of it, there's a daily consequence chart. On that 1 point, it's just a warning. If they lose a point, it's written down. They get their parents to sign it. 2 points, they have lunch detention that day. 3 points in a day, they have lunch detention, and they have to walk the track at recess, which is 15 minutes. Instead of sitting in and missing going outside on a nice day, they go outside, but they just walk around the track. And then a 4 point is lunch detention, walk the track during recess, and then they have an attempt to call you and let you know that they got a 4 point. So this is, these are kind of the negative things. There are so many positive things that we have to do. In our classroom, we give praise tickets. We have praise tickets out a lot, whether it be an amazing answer, a courteous act to a student, volunteering to be a partner with a student that needs help. Anything that we see as so positive and so grateful that we appreciate the students doing, we give them praise tickets, and then we draw tickets at the end of the week or whenever we feel like we want to. They love wear a hat pass, and I know bring a stuffed animal to school. I had a wonderful young lady that had that, and her dad didn't believe that she could really bring a stuffed animal to school, so I've got to write him a note and tell him it's okay. They love wear a hat pass. They love no shoes. They love sit at teacher's desk. So we have those rewards, incentives for our 5th grade group, plus the ones that Mrs. Parker has already signed up for us.
My name is Billy McBride. I'll be your son or daughter's 5th grade science teacher. How can you support us and how can you support your kid? I mean, those two are not exclusive. When you support one, you're going to support the other. If you can have your kids to school by 7:40, the class starts at 7:45. Now that's early, but if they get here late, it's hard to catch up. Now things are going to happen. You know, I mean, life happens. But if you can, have them here at 7:45. If they're absent, the students know that they come up to the teacher when they come into class, hey, I wasn't here. All right? Then what's going to happen is we'll catch them up on any work, give them whatever assignment they have. Check the planner daily. That planner is your #1 communication source. When you see that planner come home day after day and there's nothing in it, ask why. All right? Everybody stand. Because I know you're tired of sitting. I want you to try to find a parent that you don't know. Walk up to them. Yeah, this is like church on Sunday morning. I want you to try to find a parent that you don't know. Introduce yourself to them and give them one reason why you're proud of your kid. And I'll give you about a minute to do it. A parent and a teacher were talking one time, and the teacher says, you won't believe some of the stories that my kid comes home and tells me about what you guys do at that school. And then the teacher says, well, you won't believe some of the stories that your kid comes up and says goes on at home. Kids can be creative, all right? If there's a problem, call us, all right? If something just doesn't sound quite right, give us a call, because kids can be creative, and we will tell you the truth. We'll tell you exactly how it went down. 5th grade schoolwork is difficult. Encourage your students to finish the work with quality, even when they feel like quitting. As you heard earlier, the homework is probably going to be longer, and there's going to be some nights where they have more homework than others. But just, encourage them. Tell them that 5th grade is a step up to middle school, and it is. The parent-teacher relationship should be like that of coaches for the same team. Sometimes, I'm a Denver Broncos fan. I like to watch the coaches argue. But when it comes down to it, they're on the same team. So your kid needs to see you and I and all the teachers on the same page. When they do, it's going to work.